It's that time of year again. Christmas is upon us. Okay. So it's November. But I'm excited this year because I have a 2.5-year-old who is finally starting to realize what Christmas is and what the holidays are and what we're supposed to do on said holidays. And it's just making me super, super excited. So today I want to share with you guys one of my favorite treats to have around the holidays. They're super simple to make. It only takes 3 ingredients and maybe a little bit of your time, not very much. In this crock pot, I have it on low right now, and I am melting chocolate almond bark. And we are gonna take buttery round Ritz crackers and some peanut butter, and we're gonna make peanut butter sandwiches with them. And then we're gonna dip them in the chocolate and let them set so that be probably one of the best sandwiches you've ever eaten. I remember the first time I had these, it was at a work function, and a coworker made them, and I said, "What is that? I need that recipe." She comes over and she says, "It's literally 3 things." So I've been making them ever since, you guys. It's so easy. So obviously you just take your 2 butter rounds, your peanut butter, and you don't need that much, or if you really like peanut butter, hey, load them up. And what I like to do is get all my sandwiches done first while the almond bark is melting. We want to make sure that it just melts. It doesn't burn or scorch. That'll make it set faster and make it harder to be pliable to make your sandwiches with. So we're just going to keep our eye on that. And if you have any leftover almond bark that you are not interested in throwing out, you can simply just put it in the freezer, use what you need, and put the rest in the freezer. This is actually about a half of a package because I used the other half of a package for some cupcakes that I made not that long ago. So this has been sitting in the freezer. So it may take a little bit of time to fully melt, but that's okay. That gives me time to make my sandwiches. All right, you guys, I have got several sandwiches already done. It takes just a few seconds to make each one. And I went ahead and cranked up my crock pot to high just to help that almond bark melt a little bit faster because it is still a little bit frozen. See, sandwich made. So it's very quick, goes, super, super quick. If you're feeding a large crowd, this is something you can definitely do the night before. You don't have to do it same day. In fact, sometimes in the refrigerator, they taste a little bit better because that chocolate's had some time to kind of chill. Aside from that, just pull them out a little bit early, and maybe about 15 minutes before you're ready to serve, just so that they're kind of more room temperature than chilled. But that way your chocolate will still hold very well. Well, I guess depending on the temperature of your house. If your house is 80 degrees, then you might want to give it just a couple minutes instead of 10 or 15. This is a very exciting time of year for me and for our family, my family. We really enjoy spending time together, making cookies, baking things together. It's just really a great time of year. I look forward to it usually. Christmas is my second favorite holiday. However, because I have a toddler, it's so much more exciting for me to see his eyes light up on Christmas morning. So right now, while he's still very young, Christmas is kind of taking Halloween's place. But as he gets older, I'm sure Halloween will be my favorite again. But right now, the magic of Christmas in his eyes is like, there is nothing better than seeing your child just so excited for the holidays. And I did start decorating early, like I mentioned. I did start decorating early this year because our tradition is we typically decorate the day after Thanksgiving. But again, I was really, really excited. And in fact, I didn't even wait before Halloween was over. I started on on my birthday, actually, the day before Halloween. So, yeah, I was quite early this year. But the house looks really nice. It's not done yet. Again, toddlers, you know, you gotta decorate where you can. But we're very excited. I'm very excited. Okay, so I have several sandwiches here about my fancy little paper plate. I have several sandwiches here ready to go into the chocolate as soon as it's melted and ready to go. And I'm super excited about it. You guys, this really only takes a few minutes. I think the longest thing is dipping them in the chocolate and getting them to set. So I'm going to go get some parchment paper and get a cookie sheet lined, and then that way they can kind of set on there. Okay, we've got our parchment lined baking sheet here. I'm going to show you what the chocolate looks like as it melts. So this is how you want your chocolate to look, just not scorched. Just stir it around so that it can melt and not stay in one spot. Once all of this is melted, you'll have enough chocolate to cover your sandwiches. Now, you may be wondering why I'm using a crock pot instead of an actual pan or the microwave. Okay, a couple of things. One, while the microwave is simpler, it's, well, quicker, I should say. It's not simpler, it's just quicker. What ends up happening is that chocolate cools too quickly, and then it becomes just this caked mess on the bottom. So if you don't use it like very fast, you're not going to, and you can't reheat it because it just kind of breaks down, and it doesn't act like a melty chocolate anymore. It more solidifies as you continue to reheat it. On the stove, it will scorch easier. You run the risk of cooking it too long or getting your pan too hot, and if you have kind of a touchy burner, you might scorch it all together. So I just use a crock pot because I can maintain the heat level and keep it warm instead of a continuous reheating. It just stays heated, and so it stays pliable this way. So a crock pot is always the easiest way, the most efficient way to melt your chocolate and use it for covering any sort of candy coating or anything that you're doing that requires long periods of time of dipping things in chocolate. So when in doubt, crock pot. That is how the chocolate should look when it's all melted and you're ready to make your sandwiches. All right, here we go. So the easiest way to maneuver them in your sandwiches in the chocolate is with 2 forks. I'll just put it in, and I do one by one. Just coat it the best that you can. And that, set it down here. Okay, so it's in there. Just flip it over a couple of times. Put it on the parchment paper to set. Just going to cover it a couple of times here. All right. And there you have it. And you don't have to move them slowly. You can move them quite quickly. I know that my hands are in the way of you seeing what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Okay. You guys make sure to get all sides. There we go. There you are. Doesn't that look beautiful? And that's pretty much it, you guys. It's super simple, delicious, easy, not very time consuming. Doesn't take very long for them to set either. So, you know, if you needed to do the same day, last minute treat, you could definitely do that too. It'd be very quick to get it done, especially if your almond bark isn't frozen already. It's very quick to get it melted. But you see, now I'm going to move this on to warm because all I need is for this to just keep my chocolate warm. I don't need it to melt it any further. So that's the other nice thing about the crock pot is you can just tell it to warm instead of continue to cook. So I would definitely recommend the crock pot. I would definitely recommend you make these. They're very, very easy. All right, you guys. First batch of the season is done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these into the refrigerator so that they can completely chill. That chocolate can set, and then we will have a bite. Okay, you guys, here is the finished product. The cooled sandwiches. We're going to give it a try. Bet they're going to be good. Mark my words. Full of peanut butter. Chocolate's really good. It's set nicely too. That is delicious. I'm so excited that this was the first treat of our holiday season because it is by far one of my favorites. As simple as it is, it's delicious. It's perfect. It's like chocolate, peanut butter, salty, buttery crackers. How can you go wrong? You can't is the answer. I even made 2 sleeves out of the chocolate that I had. So, I'm really going to have a party later. You guys, these are so simple. I really encourage you to take the time and make them for your family or friends. I promise you they will be asking you to make these at every event you have, especially for the holidays, because this is a time where we indulge, right? So make them, share them with your family, share them with your friends. I am super excited about the holidays. I'm sure I said that once or twice, but I really, really am. So you guys check back because we're going to be making cranberry sauce and all sorts of delicious baked goods, not baked goods that are baked goods. Well, baked goods that aren't baked goods but are treats. We're going to just be doing a lot of things. So come back. Enjoy the holidays with me. I may even take you guys on a tour of my little apartment here once every bit of the decorating has been done for the holiday season. So thanks again for joining me, you guys. Come back. We'll make lots of delicious things together. Happy eating. Bye.